Some people are happier alone. Others are happier together. Neither life is inherently better than the other. The Stoics believed that what matters is not what you choose, but whether the choice is truly yours. If you cannot live well alone, can you really choose a partner freely? When it comes to relationships, the Stoic principle is that a person should be able to live a good life even when alone. Only then does the question of a partner arise. This idea appears repeatedly in the writings of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, and Musonius Rufus. They value relationships highly, yet none of them believed that another person is necessary for a good life. Some people live as though there is only one path through life. You should study, build a career, find a partner, start a family, and grow old together. For some persons, this is a good life, but it is not the right life for everyone. Stoicism does not begin with what most people choose. It begins with what is right for the individual person. There are persons that flourish alongside another person. There are persons that flourish in solitude. Some persons wish to live alone for several years and later share their life with someone. Other persons spend many years in a relationship, only to discover that they are happier on their own. None of these lives is inherently better than another. What matters is not which path you choose. What matters is that the choice is truly yours. Musonius Rufus regarded marriage as something valuable when two people helped one another live virtuously. He wrote that husband and wife should be equals in their pursuit of a good life. To him, marriage was not primarily about romance or financial security, but about partnership. A good partner does more than make life more enjoyable. A good partner can help you become a better person. You remind one another of your goals. You support one another when doubt arises. You celebrate one another's successes. You share the burdens of life. Together you build something that neither of you could have built alone. But all of this depends on the relationship helping both people grow. If the relationship instead leads to greater bitterness, greater fear, greater passivity, or less freedom, it has lost its purpose. Then the relationship is no longer serving the people. Then the people are serving the relationship. That is not to be considered as a good life. At the same time, there are people who have no desire to live with a partner. That choice is equally worthy. Seneca wrote that the wise person can live happily both alone and in the company of others. He did not mean that solitude was preferable. It means that happiness should never depend upon another person. The person who is capable of living well alone chooses a partner out of love. The person who cannot live alone risks choosing a partner out of fear. Living alone does not mean living in isolation. Human beings still need friendship. They need people to talk to, people to help, people who will help them. But friendship and community are not the same as sharing a home. Some people find their greatest peace in deciding how to spend their own time. They work better. They think more clearly. They travel more. They create more. They owe no explanation to anyone. Just as those who live happily with a partner need not defend their choice, those who choose to live alone need not to defend their choice. It is equally important to understand that people change. The life that suits you at 25 years of age may not suit you at 45 years of age. The person who longed for freedom in youth may later long for closeness. The person who dreamed of raising a family early in life may, years later, discover that solitude brings greater peace. Life has its seasons. It would be strange if our desires never changed. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that everything is in constant change. That includes ourselves as well. For that reason, you should never tie your identity to a single way of living. You are not a solitary person. You are not a family person. You are a person, and persons evolve. The important thing is not to make the same decision forever. The important thing is that the decision you make today reflects your values and the person you wish to become. Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius taught that we should live according to reason. That also means having the courage to re-examine our lives as our experience grows. Changing your mind is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of maturity. You do not have to live alone forever. You do not have to live with someone forever. You simply have to live honestly. When you choose the way you live because it helps you become calmer, wiser, braver, and more just, you have made a good choice. Whether there are two people sitting around the kitchen table or one. As you change, your way of living may change as well. Do not live the life others expect you to live. Live the life that is true to your values.